All right, hey guys, it's Red, and welcome back to another episode, second episode now. Triple R. Now, what we're going to be discussing, at least what's on my mind, like always, it's the UFC, particularly the latest event, UFC 305. Main event was the South African Dricus du Plessis versus the Black Dragon, the Chinaman, the Nigerian, the New Zealander, whatever you want to call him, Israel Adesanya. Now, of course, we already know the winner. You guys already seen it. It is Dricus du Plessis, my man, my fighter, the man that I picked to win that fight, won the fight, and I'm very happy for it. A lot of things to say. Prior to the build up to the fight, of course, words have been spoken. Obviously, the whole beef, the whole sort of dislike for both fighters started when Dricus met Israel Adesanya face to face, very first time in the octagon, and Izzy had some, well, let's just say very harsh words, to say the least.
This is my African brother right here. Let's go. What's up? Let's go. Yeah. What's up? Get you gonna do? Yeah, my African brother. Yeah, my African brother. What's up?
I'm African, but I ain't no brother of yours, son.
Let's go. You my for real. I'll show you.
So what are you saying to everybody in New Zealand? What are you saying?
There has been talks of, like, who started the whole thing and started all cultural race talk, this, that. And here's the thing, people. The one who started that, it was Izzy. I mean, the guy literally went into the octagon and said, some some words that have that is considered derogatory, something that is considered not so very nice to a certain of people. And it the thing is, the thing is, the only thing that Dracus had said, at least at that stage, was, I'm going to be the first residing African champion, which he is, He didn't make it about race, he made it about residency.
Do one of them reside in Africa? I did not even mention this towards them. I didn't talk about them. I talked about myself. I was not aiming anything at them. I was aiming something at myself, that I will be the first champion that resides in Africa, that will take his belt home to Africa. I never said they weren't African or I was more African. Of course they're African. And I respect them a whole lot. I mean, Usman is one of the greatest to ever do it. Adesanya is one of the greatest middleweights to ever walk this earth. I never took anything away from them in that aspect. The only thing I said is that I'm still residing in Africa and I will bring my belt back home to Africa.
We're going to make it, like, very, very technical with it. Dracus technically is also a byproduct of African mixed martial arts. I mean, if you look at other African champions, specifically in the UFC, right? The Three Kings. You got Francis Ngannou, you got Kamaru Usman, and obviously Adesanya. Three of those people, obviously, they're African. No one said anything else or denied that they're African, all right? We all know that they're African. They were born in African. They were born African. But here's the thing. They were in very tough situations. Their stories is very different. Obviously, they had to move out for one reason or another. Ngannou moved out of Cameroon to pursue a much better opportunity for him to become a fighter, and later on now he's boxing. Kamaru Usman, same thing. I think he's like training in the UK or something. For Israel, obviously, moved out of Nigeria, then, I don't know, China, and then moved to New Zealand. Because when Israel was kickboxing, where he became a UFC fighter, he was kickboxing in China. In the meantime, Dracus, he, up until this point, has never moved out of Africa. He never moved out of South Africa. So, technically, first, I would say the truly first African champion who still resides in Africa. And that's the main point. That's what Dracus wanted. That's what DDP wanted. He wanted that moniker, and he got it, rightfully so.
I'm going to take a belt to Africa. I'm the African fighter in the UFC. Myself and Cameron, we breathe the African air. We wake up in Africa every day. We train in Africa. We're African born. We're African raised. We still reside in Africa. We train out of Africa. That's an African champion, and that's who I'll be.
So a lot of people, or Sean Strickland fans, would say, no, Sean won the fight, but here's the thing, Sean Strickland fans, all right? Sean Strickland, he's going to have another chance now. And here's the thing, I don't know if I'm going to want him to fight. I don't know if I'm going to want him to win the fight. By the way, I'm still a really, really big fan of Dricus. I know a lot of you guys are as well. So let's just say, may the best man win for that rematch. Dricus, good luck. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Now, going back, so the build-up to this UFC card, the UFC 305 event, I'll throw out the sort of press build-up, right? Even before Israel came back to UFC, because prior to UFC 305, Israel was having a break. Almost like half a year or so. Or maybe it was half a year. Pretty much half a year, I would say. Now, here's the thing. Pretty much all through his sort of, I would say, inactive phase, he still continued to make it about race. He still continued to make it about culture.
I want to whoop his ass so bad. I want to do it in South Africa or Nigeria so I can whoop that ass and I can show you history. Because you got to choose your words wisely when you speak on people that have come before you. As a product of colonization, you're trying to tell me who the fuck I am. You can take the boy out of Africa, but you can never take the Africa out of the boy. I never ever did that to him. I never discredited him as an African. But the fact that as a fucking cracker to tell me who the fuck I am, that pissed me off. And that's why he's my next fight. But now you be careful what you wish for. You got what you want. So yeah, he's next. And I'm gonna fucking beat him till it's black. You ever heard of Ancestry in Me? Of course. If you do Ancestry in Me on me, I know where the fuck I'm from. If you do it on him, he'll find out where the fuck he's from. And I'll tell you, it wouldn't say South Africa.
And Dricus, he was doing the opposite. He was just saying, hey, listen, I never denied that he was African, all right? I never said he was never African. I never said I'm more African than him. As a matter of fact, they're both African, all right? So let's calm that down, all right? They're both African. It's just that, you know, Dricus just so happens to be now best African UFC champion. There's no denying that now, all right? Kamaru Usman, he hasn't won the belt. Israel obviously hasn't won the belt. And Ngannou doing whatever he's doing in boxing now. So everything is just falling into Dricus' lap now, all right? There's no denying that he is by far, at this very moment, now that he's done his first ever title defense against Izzy, he is the best African UFC champion, especially in the middleweight division. Now, besides Sean Strickland, who's going to be next for Dricus? Well, there are a couple. They're maybe going for the Israel fight next if he pushes for a match, but other than that, I'm not really too sure. Here's the thing. Besides Israel, right? Besides Israel, there is also Robert Whittaker. But here's the thing. Robert Whittaker, he already got beaten by Dricus, right? And it was with his loss, Dricus was able to become the #1 contender to eventually become the US champion. Now, other than Robert Whittaker, there is Amavov. I don't really know much about Amavov, but by the looks of it, he seems to be quite the beast, to say the least. Now, who is next? There is Marvin Vettori. Is currently #6, I believe. He could be next in line if he gets maybe another win or two, but I don't think there's going to be any interest in that fight. There's also Brendan Allen, Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa, in my opinion, is actually a little bit more exciting. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. But there is a bit of a wild factor here, all right? In an Instagram post from Alex Boatan Pereira, this motherfucker apparently said, you know what, I'm going to move down in weight again, and I'm going to beat this man, a.k.a. Dricus du Plessis. if this fucker comes down in weight again just to try to beat Dricus, even though he already proved this point in the middleweights, currently he's in lightweight right now, but if he just comes back just for, I don't know, for the sake of it, just for the fun of it, what the fuck, man? Come on. Stay in lightweight or move up to heavyweight to fight John Jones or Tom Aspinall. Actually, focus on the Tom Aspinall fight, all right? Because I'm pretty sure Tom Aspinall, he's going to beat John Jones one way or another. There's no question about it. He already beaten his latest opponent. So John Jones, stop fucking ducking, gay-ass, closeted fucker, and fight that real man. Alright? Fight the real man, alright? Fight that real man, Tom Aspinall. Fucking ducking. Stupid little rat, you know? You little rat! Yo! Hey, yo! So, Dricus. Going back to Dricus. Holy shit. He showed immaculate skill. It's not clean. He's never been a clean fighter, alright? It never looked pretty. But the thing about Dricus is that if it works, it works. Obviously, the way that the fight ended, he got on Izzy's back, mounted him like a dog, ayo. He got on Izzy's back, mounted him, got the rear naked choke in, squeezed it, Israel tapped, GG's. Dricus Stillknocks du Plessis, still undisputed middleweight champion of the world in the UFC. Now, a lot of people have been criticizing again about, you know, Dricus looking tired or his technique not being clean, but again, that's just how he is. He's never looked clean. And the thing is that I think him still breathing out of his mouth is kind of a bit of a force of habit, because for the longest time, he fought with a very fucked up nose. Like, his nose has been broken for so long, and it's only like, I don't know, like months and months back where that's when he actually got it fixed. So him still breathing out of his mouth, that might have been just him having a bit of a force of habit, that, you know, he's still used to breathing through his mouth and exhaling through his mouth in actual fights. But I think he's slowly getting used to breathing through his nose, and thank God that he can still breathe through. Now that he got his, you know, nasal pass surgery. Now, another thing about fight is that it was quite obvious that Dricus wouldn't be able to beat Izzy on the feet. All right, Israel is a masterclass of a striker. No denying that. All right, there's no denying that. But the thing is about Dricus, and despite Israel having pretty good takedown defense, it was in the championship rounds, round 4, where the fight ended. Both fighters were fucking tired, alright? Israel looked like he was tired as fuck. But Dricus, even though he also looked extremely tired, he somehow was able to conjure up whatever energy that he has deep down, which he always does in every fight that he has. He always just finds like a spare gas tank somewhere in his lungs and just say, take down, pound, and submit, end the fight, I win. That's how he is. And it's really fucking impressive. Like, I have to say, it's motherfucking impressive. And that's the reason why, despite him not looking very clean, he's actually one of my favorite fighters right now in the UFC, alongside with Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall, and Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. By the way, Ilia Topuria, good luck with Max Holloway, because shit, you have a tough week. You are going to have a tough week against the blessed man, alright? But that's going to be for another time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. UFC 305 has come to a close. Dricus du Plessis, still your champion. Israel, fuck you. Absolute weirdo. I hope you take the loss on the chin, actually. And I do hope you actually, but and actually do hope that you learn from this whole thing, you know? But other than that, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, please do subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like on this video, and share this with your friends, because why the hell not? And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Ranger S64, burn out.